So I did my first training with JP Morgan in 2016. Then the big fours. I trained at KPMG, PwC, EY. So you name it, any captives in India, I have been the trainer.
So you have trained like more than 25,000 professionals right now. So what exactly is their attitude towards upscaling and getting trained in new things?
I have seen that Indians want everything for free. Sometimes I wonder, you are adults. By this time you have to understand there is no free lunch.
So getting a job referral or just submitting a resume, which is like more powerful?
I would say
AI, Gen AI, so many things are coming into the market. So in next 5 years, how many changes are going to be there in the company? One piece of advice you're going to give to your younger 22 years old.
You are saying I'm not young. Now I'm offended.
Okay, so what's up? Welcome back to another podcast. ज़्यादा detail में नहीं जाऊंगा. I'm gonna tell you one thing. अगर if your dream company, like just think about your dream company, right? Big Fours, JP Morgan, or any kind of big company that you're working on, and I'm gonna introduce you to someone who trains in these big companies. So what are you gonna think about? एक होता है कि एक कंपनी का एक्सपर्ट है, कोई एक कंपनी में काम कर रहा है, and you ask him कि भाई ये भी मेरी ड्रीम कंपनी है, can you just suggest me how to get in? But what if I introduce you to someone who trains in all of this company, right? Name your dream company and she has trained in that company, right? So time waste नहीं करूंगा, ठीक है? ज़्यादा, I'm not gonna make you wait. We just gonna drop in and start off. So here we have Shivani, and thank you so much for coming by. And I know कि बॉम्बे से स्पेशली फॉर दिस वी हैव टू कम हियर, बट आई रियली वांटेड टू इंट्रोड्यूस यू. जिन लोगों को पता नहीं है, आई फॉलो हर लाइक फॉर अ वेरी लॉन्ग टाइम नाउ. आई फॉलो हर व्हेन लाइक आई वाज स्टिल इन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट, एंड दैट टाइम से मैं लिंक्डइन फॉलो कर रहा हूँ. सो आई नो जो प्रोफेशनल है उनको पता होगा कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज द वैल्यू, बट वंस वी स्टार्ट यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, राइट? मतलब इट्स अबाउट प्रोफेशनलिज्म और ग्रोइंग इन अ कंपनी और ट्रेनिंग, लाइक शी इज द वन. एंड मेरा उस टाइम से ही मन था टू गेट दिस पॉडकास्ट आउट, बिकॉज दिस पॉडकास्ट इज गोना सॉल्व अ लॉट ऑफ आंसर्स, like layman language strategies, what exactly works and what exactly is the mindset that you need to be successful, right? Okay, so I'm not gonna keep you waiting. I'll just ask her to introduce, because I kind of know her for very long, so I'm just gonna ask her, please give them an introduction so they understand whom they are watching right now.
Actually, I always prefer to introduce myself rather than have anyone introduce me, because I had a very horrifying experience on one of the first presentations of my life. So I went as a guest speaker at one of the tier 1 institutes, MBA school, and the faculty read my LinkedIn profile, and whatever I had to introduce, she spoke everything about it. So then I realized that what should I speak? I had nothing more to add on to it. And since it was my own ex college where I studied from, I was an alumnus from there. All I said in introduction is she spoke about all my professional qualifications and what I've done. But let me add, along with a degree, I took a husband back home because I married my batchmate. So in my introduction, I just gave one line that I married my batchmate. So yeah, I prefer to introduce myself. So my name is Shivani Parekh. I have total 23 years of experience in IT industry. So basically, I started my journey as a pharmacist. So I studied pharmacy and I really didn't like the course. So it's a great cause, but not for me. So I studied pharmacy and I was like struggling to get out of it. And like most Indian people, if you want to get out of any industry, you do an MBA, which is a very generic degree. So I went ahead and did MBA from one of the tier 1 institutes, and I got a job in IT company as a business analyst. So at that point of time, I didn't know what is a business analyst or what is IT company all about. But it paid very well, so that is all I could understand. So I got into that company as a business analyst, and first year I was totally struggling. Developers are talking in their own language, API, front end coding, back end coding, GitHub. I couldn't understand a thing. Testers had their own vocabulary. Unit testing, stress testing, smoke testing. I knew only one smoke, which is sutta break.
Exactly.
And then they're talking of smoke testing. So I was totally lost. After 1 year, I felt it's too technical. I want to get out. So I tried a lot to get out. But that's when I realized IT industry pays more than any other industry. Literally 30% more. So if you are drinking beer every day, you can't really drink Pepsi after some time.
Exactly.
So you are used to that high salary. You can't really go back at a very low salary. So then I said, let me stick around in IT because I really love money. So that's when I said, okay, let me understand what these developers are talking about. So when they then said front end coding, I made Google my best friend. I started reading about front end coding. When a tester spoke about smoke testing, I never thought it's sutta break now. I thought I have to read up. And that's when I really fell in love with IT industry. Like, this is great. So I have to stick around in this industry is the conclusion I came to. It has good money, it has good travel. And that's when I started really enjoying my role as a business analyst. And then I worked as a BA for many years. I got an opportunity to travel abroad as a business analyst. So I worked with Citibank in New York. I worked with Deutsche Bank in London. I worked with Singapore Airlines in Singapore. And I worked with Dubai Bank in Dubai. So that's when I really enjoyed my role. And then I came back to India because my son was born and I wanted to have some support system for my son. And then I got into a Scrum Master role, which I really, really struggled because people management is not everyone's cup of tea. Exactly. Sachin Tendulkar, great cricketer, but was never a great captain. So leading people is not everyone's cup of tea. Even Virat Kohli, after some time, gave it up that this is too hard. So Scrum Master was not my cup of tea. I did it for many years. And then one fine day I decided, no, I want to get into the field of training. So last 9 years I've been a trainer. And yeah, journey was not smooth. I mean, you are entering into an industry which you know nothing about, and clients don't know you at all. So I started with exactly one company, which is my own ex company, Emphasis. So I went there as a corporate trainer for 5 days to teach business analysis. And then I realized that one great thing about IT industry which works for me is attrition rate. It's amazing. Every 2-3 years, people leave jobs. Exactly. So that's good for my business. So my boss moved from Emphasis to JP Morgan, and that's how JP Morgan training happened. So I did my first training with JP Morgan in 2016. And from JP Morgan, somebody moved to Citibank, the participants. So they took me along. And then Citibank happened, and then Nomura happened, then TCS happened, and Infosys, and Wipro. Then the big fours. I trained at KPMG, PwC, EY. And then banks happened. So right from Development Bank to Singapore, or today I was here for NatWest training, to Northern Trust, to Commonwealth, to ANZ. So you name it, any captives in India, I have been the trainer. And then Indian banks, ICICI, IDFC, Kotak, HDFC, IDBI. So I trained with a lot of corporates today, right from Chennai to Hyderabad to Pune to Noida to Gurgaon. I have trained them all in 16 cities of India. I've traveled to 13 countries for training. So I've trained in Qatar, I've trained in Malaysia, I've trained in US, I've trained in UK, I've trained in Bahrain. So today I have trained across the globe and it has been an amazing journey. So I'm really glad I gave up my Scrum Master and became a trainer. So this is, I think, not a brief but a very long introduction about myself. Well, that's a good thing. Like I just want to show off here because see, this is the kind of friends that you need to have in your circle. And I can say like I have good friends. And like the same thing is like talking about the cricket and style. So you like even on the IPL like people who love cricket, like in IPL ad also you got featured, right? And how exactly that happened? Like someone from IT industry getting featured into an IPL ad, like how exactly that happened? I would say that it was just serendipity. So I run a company called Train Smart Academy where we help people move into a business analyst profile. So we have people from sales coming to us, we have people from banking coming to us, insurance, US healthcare operations. We have even moved school teachers into BA role. And we've moved even one Telugu TV actress into BA role. So we have moved a lot of people into BA role. So one developer had come to us. She used to work at St. Gobain's and she did training with Train Smart Academy and then she moved into a business analyst role at Accenture. So she publicly posted on LinkedIn that, with this trainer whom I met on LinkedIn, I did my training and I moved into a business analyst profile. So I'm really thankful to the trainer, training company, and to LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn was looking to make a series of ads in India because India is one of a big country or market for everybody. Like we are 140 crores plus. So we are big market for anything and everything, including LinkedIn. So they were looking to make a series of ads so that people take premium subscriptions of LinkedIn or, they use LinkedIn more, even if you don't take a premium subscription. So they saw that here someone's career actually changed using LinkedIn as a platform. So there was a participant looking to change her career. She meets a trainer who is very active on LinkedIn. She meets a training company which is very active on LinkedIn and they approached her that can we telecast you in an ad. So that's how the whole ad happened between me and her, and it was telecasted in IPL. So yeah, it was an amazing experience seeing yourself on screen for the first time.
And that's an amazing thing. So when you talk about IT, a lot of freshers in IT stuck in support roles, right? A lot of them. There are a lot of complaints. Like a lot of freshers get stuck in IT support role, right? Is there an easy way out, or is there a way out from it? So they, because people don't even like the support role anymore. No, we have to be realistic that Indian IT industry is 40% support roles. There are literally 50,500 support jobs which are circulated in market every year. That's a huge number of jobs which are available. And you have to understand we are a developing country. Because we are a developing country, we need jobs. We don't have very rich parents to support us for rest of our lives. And even if we had one, we should be supporting ourselves. So there is a genuine need that people need jobs and only support jobs are available. So they are bound to take that. So it's not that they are stuck in the jobs. They have voluntarily asked for it. But having said that, there is no great increment or money or future in support roles. But because they are so young when they are getting in, they don't know that there is no future in these roles. So first they get into it, then the second part of their life revolves around getting out of it. So if you want to get out of it, you will have to upskill yourself because old skills don't give you new jobs. So let's say, for example, I'm a plumber because my dad was a plumber. I'm working as a plumber since 2 years. I'm getting paid 18,000 rupees a month. Now I see my friend is a driver. He is driving somebody's BMW and getting 28,000 a month. Now he's earning 10,000 more. I'm working technically in everyone's bathrooms. He is working inside an air conditioned BMW. So I see better prospects there. But if I'm a plumber, nobody's going to give me a driver job, even if it's a better paid job. I have to go to a driving school. I have to learn what is accelerator, brake, and clutch. And then I have to sell myself in market that, hey, this is my resume. I am a new driver in the market. I have amazing driving skills. I have learned all this. This is my certification. This is my driving license. And that's when you become a driver. So yeah, you can exit. And it's not easy. Nothing is easy in life. So you have to work for it. And if you work for it, yes, we have seen people getting out of it at any age. So if you see Atul Khatri became a comedian at 43, he's one of the best comedians in the market. Or if you see Colonel Sanders, who started KFC, he started KFC at 60. So he took a U-turn at 60. So you can get out at any age. Boman Irani became an actor at 40 plus. So yeah, if you are in support roles, you realize you've spent 4 or 5 years in it. There are some skills which are valuable, talking skills, there are some problem solving skills. So see which other role these skills fit in and please get out. Exactly. KPMG, Deloitte, EY, all of this big four company, what is the real secret to get inside these companies? And does really marks matters and your university matters in it? Okay, coming now to marks, you're opening a can of worms. Parents always are behind your life. You have to score well. They keep comparing. Sharma ji ka beta is doing better than you. So this is how we have been raised. Good marks is good career. But that's not always the case. A good start doesn't mean a good end. And a small start doesn't mean that you can't end big. So I always give a lot of movie examples in my training because I love movies. And who doesn't love Bollywood if you are in India? So if you take this small little movie called Drishyam with only one big star Ajay Devgan in it, made on a budget of just 32 crore rupees, it went on to be a blockbuster. So a small thing was like a huge hit with 148 crores in revenue. You take another small movie, Andhadhun, a very small budget, small star cast. There is no big Khan here. There is no Deepika Padukone in the movie. But with a power packed story, a small thing really made it big at box office. One of the most critically acclaimed movies made more than 450 crores. So they really did well. So small things tend to do well in the end as well. Vis-a-vis, you take a movie, Ravan. You had Shah Rukh Khan in it. You had Kareena Kapoor in red sari dancing on Chamak Chalo in it. And still, the movie was not at all great to watch. Audience didn't really like it. It really tanked. So it had everything going for it. It was like this big star cast, but the movie didn't do well. So again, it's very hard to say that what it takes to do well in life. Marks are just an entry point, but they are not the end. So I'm a big Shah Rukh Khan's fan, and I always give this answer, which he says in one of his movie, that picture abhi baki hai dost. So that's exactly what it is. A good start at KPMG will give you a good increment to begin with.
but that's not how you finish. So those who have not got that good start, so you don't have this good sugar daddy or anybody supporting you, that doesn't mean that you don't have a good end in life. You have to upskill yourself then. And upskilling is not hard. You have to have a right attitude to upskill. I always give example of Katrina Kaif. She's like one of my favorite actress. She is not from Bollywood. She's not from India. She has never spoken Hindi before she came to India. But still she comes here, she learns Hindi. She was told that your dance is not good. She goes and learns Indian dancing system. And then eventually today she's one of the leading Bollywood actors. So what I say is it's okay if you've started in a small company, but if KPMG is your dream company, you do a gap analysis. This is where I am. This is what KPMG wants. You have to upskill yourself. And then KPMG is doable. So like Katrina Kaif upskilled herself, you can upskill yourself as well and be the best and reach the best. So that's how I see it. Upskilling will really help you do that. And networking. So network with people at KPMG, network with people at Infosys and TCS. So you have the right channels to enter into these organizations. So I would say it's very doable. Small start doesn't mean a small end.
एग्जैक्टली 20 लाख की सैलरी सबको चाहिए ना एवरीबडी ड्रीम्स अबाउट इट एंड कभी कभी मार्केट में होता है कि डू एमबीए एंड यू विल गेट 20 LPA का सैलरी राइट बट हाउ एग्जैक्टली अ मिडिल class student is going to afford that thing and is any other way that he can still get that 20 LPA package without getting into all this drama?
Okay, again, it's great to dream about 20 LPA, but dreams don't lead you anywhere. So, first of all, you are saying that do I need MBA to make 20 lakhs? So, my answer is no, you don't need an MBA to make 20 lakhs rupees. Dhirubhai Ambani had no 20 lakhs, but he made $20 billion. Sunil Mittal had no MBA, he has set up Airtel. Ratan Tata also did not have an MBA. So let's throw this idea out that you need an MBA degree to make 20 lakh rupees. But you need skills to make money. Certain skills pay you more than certain other set of skills. Auto rickshaw walas work really, really hard. They work 8 hours a day. They are juggling traffic, but that skill does not make that kind of. My maid works phenomenally hard, but that skill does not make a 20 lakh package. A clerk in a bank works phenomenally hard, but cannot make 20 lakh rupees. So, what we are saying, you have to see what skills make that kind of money. So first, because I'm from IT industry, I would just suggest few areas in IT industry which can help you make 20 lakh rupees. So you can look at data analysis as a career, but you can look at data analysis provided you like data. You love working with data. You are technically savvy and you can pick up a little bit of Python on your way. You can pick up programming languages like R, then you can look at data analysis. If you do not like technical stuff, you have to look at functional stuff which makes that kind of money. Business analysis is one, product management is another area. These are non technical courses which will make you that kind of money. So you look at functional areas or you look at Gen AI. Gen AI is here to stay forever. So Gen AI makes that kind of money. So you have to see what is your interest and what are the skills which make money. A doctor also makes money, but I do not have interest in medicine. So people get it wrong. I get a lot of candidates who come to me that tell me which course makes money. I said even a chartered accountant makes a lot of money. So do you want to be a chartered accountant? So if the answer is no because you don't have the interest, then you have to figure out a map between what makes money and what is my interest. Once you find that map, that I know that business analysis is an area where I want to go. It's non-technical. It does not involve coding. It involves talking to client. I love talking to client. Then start upskilling yourself. You may want to do a training program in business analysis, get relevant certifications, make your resume, apply in the market. So one way is figure out what makes money and try to get in there. This is a route to make 20 lakh rupees. But this is an entry point. You may not start at 20 directly. As a business analyst, a college fresher may start at 8 lakh package. But then you have to work hard. You work hard, you stay there for long, you are able to get promotions. So stay there for 2-3 years and make a strategic jump in your company also. Many a times switching also helps. So from 8, your company may give you an increment to 10. But you go out in the market, you will get a 13. So now what has happened? Instead of 10, you move directly to 13. So many a times using job changing as a strategy also tends to work. And in 3 4 years, we have seen candidates who have come to us within 4 years, they have reached a package of 20 lakh rupees. So, yeah, it is fine. You can reach 20 lakh package, provided you know where you want to go.
Okay, like so Agile and Scrum के इतने सारे certification है, like PSM है, CSPO है. Does really recruiters even see this certification? मतलब कुछ फायदा होता है, like you do this certification and you put it on a resume. Does it have any kind of impact? Does this certification works?
So, what happens is, how does a recruiter know you have skills? I mean, how does anybody know that I have a skill to be a doctor? Only when they see my MBBS certificate, it gives them credibility. So, certificates give credibility that yes, this person has some skills. Now, understand that skills and knowledge is different. I can have a certificate which shows that I am a CSPO certified, but I may not actually have knowledge of product owner role in detail because I've not done it hands on. But a certification is needed for somebody to shortlist you. To get a job, there are two paths. One is you have to get shortlisted for an interview. An interview is the deal clincher. There is no job without interview. But without resume, also, there is no job. So, certificates help your resume get shortlisted. Once you get a call, then you have to convert the interview. So that's where your knowledge and skills, actual hands on knowledge, will come out in the interview. But without certifications, your CV does not get shortlisted. So, yes, agile certifications is a must. But a lot of times, this is like a buffet in market, agile and scrum. So, you have a little long variety of training companies, certifying bodies, and the candidate is going round and round in which one to do. So a candidate needs to understand that what is my end goal and do a certification which is in line with what he wants to do. Like a candidate does not know that a CSM has to be renewed every 2 years by paying $100. He feels it's easy to crack, so I do a CSM. But he should have spent some time studying doing a PSM and there is no renewal cost. So it's a cost once you incur and it's done forever. So what happens? These small details of difference in each certification is not known by the candidates. That's where they get lost. But having said that, a certification in Agile is a must today to get into IT industry. It is not optional. It is literally mandatory because your project is in Agile. So if you don't know Agile, I don't know how are you going to perform in that project. So any one certification in Agile is definitely a mandatory thing today.
And guys, like when we talk about Agile, you remember जिनको समझ नहीं आ रहा, and we talk about Scrum. Recently, that 12,000 people were, about to get laid off, or they got laid off from TCS, right? So that was because of that lag of upgradation, correct? And that was the same thing happened with the waterfall and Agile. That's the reason that they gave you. Not gonna go into controversial details, but if you know, you know. So getting a job referral or just submitting your resume, which is like more powerful, right? Like, what do you think is the basic difference between both things and which actually helps you out? How powerful is that one? I would say referral beats resume hands down. I call this an application black hole. When you are going your way in industry with a resume, it's a multi-step process. I make a CV, upload it on LinkedIn, Naukri, and various other job portals. That is step one. Step two, that ATS has to notice it and bring it on the top. So second layer of filter is the ATS. Then you have third layer of filter, a placement agent calling you. That, hey Nitesh, there is a job. Would you like to take it? You are from which city? How much money do you take? And what is the skill set that you have? That is third level of filtering. Fourth level is HR. Now, when HR wants to talk to you to know whether Nitesh has good personality to fit in my company culture. Exactly. And finally, you reach the hiring manager. That's level 5. But if I have a referral, I bypass these 4 layers and I directly go to the hiring manager. So what happens is it's faster. So referral beats resume hands down. So it is like Nitesh being on dating app. Let's say you want to have a nice girlfriend. Correct. And you are there because he's really wanting to have a girlfriend. He's there on Tinder and he's there on Bumble and Isle and Hinge and wherever else you are. He is liking every girl. But the girl is having too many competition here. So she is seeing so many people in the market and she is not interested in Nitesh. It takes a long for him to reach one girl. But if his best friend, let's say Ali, introduces him to a friend. That's more easy. Yeah.
And he tells that, see, Nitesh, my friend, is extremely good looking. He looks just like Hrithik Roshan. And just look, he wears Louis Vuitton glasses.
Exactly.
And he has a Rolex watch.
Correct.
He makes a lot of money. He's very kind, he's funny, he's jovial. Now the girl may genuinely be interested. So your work is done faster. So referral beats resume hands down. But having said that, you need to have a good resume. Because even if you are going to be referred for a project manager job, the hiring manager is going to say, show me the CV. So if your CV is not good, your referral is not being utilized because you are getting rejected at resume stage. So having said that, referral is a must. But having said that, even resume is a great thing to have. You have to have a great resume. That's not optional. It's mandatory today.
So certifications लेने के बाद salary सच में 2x हो जाती है कि this is also a myth going on in the market right now?
Definitely, it's not going to happen. This is a myth. Just by sitting and doing a 20,000 certificate, rupees certificate, doesn't mean my salary from 10 lakhs is going to become 20 lakhs package. Certificates do add value to get your CV shortlisted. And even within your organization, a 10 to 15% hike is given to a candidate who has spent the time, effort, energy to learn something new. So 10% to 15% post certification is a good increment that people usually get. But again, having said that, only certificate cannot double your salary because with certificate, you need to have hands on knowledge and at the same time work. Now, I will give you a very funny example of my own product owner training. So, some 10 years ago, I went to upskill myself in a product owner certification, and I went at one of the four-star hotels where in the conference room the training was there. We were almost 40 people in the training, and we were all sitting on circular tables, around 6 7 people on one table, and the trainer was an amazing trainer. He was training us. Now, lunch in four star is always very good. So there was nice buffet spread with 5 6 vegetables and naan and paratha and kali dal and rice and gulab jamun and custard. Everyone ate a lot. And it's always a common thing that in trainings after lunch everyone is sleepy, and especially after eating all such delicacies, we were all sleepy. One candidate had partied last night and actually went to sleep in the training. So the training is on, he is training about product owner role, and this person is sleeping. Nobody woke him up. He was fast asleep for next 1.5 hours. We woke him finally at tea break that now you really need tea because you have to wake up and attend the session. And after that, he attended whatever was there. But he didn't have knowledge for the 1.5 hours what happens. But after the training was over, everyone is issued a certificate. So our sleeping friend also got the certificate. But does it mean that he gained knowledge? So no, that comes out. Certification, they know that you have put in effort, you actually know the rules of the game now. But does it mean that you can play the game well? That's not correct. So only when you are able to play the game well, then definitely you are able to increase your salary to 2x because now you are good at the game. Certification is only I know the rules of the game. So 2x is not possible. 10 15% is industry standard.
Exactly. So freshers in India, ये तो बहुत struggle करते हैं to get a job. And I guess you have worked in 4 countries now. So what do you think इतना बुरा हाल क्यों है? मतलब why exactly freshers in India struggle so much for getting a job right now?
I would say biggest problem is population. We are 140 crore plus. There was this very nice comment which Akash Ambani made recently, just in March 2025. He said that Jio SIM card owners are 50 crores today, which is more than population of US, UK and France put together. So just our Jio SIM card holders are more than population of 3 big nations. So population is a big problem. Even for government jobs, there were 7,200 job openings for government office boy jobs, and there were 26 lakh applicants. So you have to understand we have a huge supply, but demand is not there. So our freshers genuinely struggle. First reason is population. Job openings are there, but the number of applicants beat that. Second thing is our education system is very rote driven education system, which means when they go for interviews, they are not able to showcase themselves as well equipped for the job. So companies are rejecting. Because we are a developing nation, we get people at low prices. I have seen Java developers with 2 years experience hardly making 4 to 5 lakh rupees in tier 3 IT companies. So what happens if a tier 1 IT company is looking for a Java developer, maybe a fresher also, he is getting a 2 year experience person from a small IT company at the same price as a fresher from a good engineering college. And for them, it's far more lucrative to take somebody with 2 years experience because he's actually learned Java. So he's become equipped with what market wants.
Correct.
At the same time, he has learned communication skills. He understands how to present himself in office, which I have to teach freshers. So companies are saying instead of fresher, I rather take a person from a smaller company who has the relevant skills. So I can't blame the fresher because actually both the problems is not created by them. Population is not in their hands. That problem was created by their parents. And if you see the second problem, that they are going through a rote education system is also not created by them, that is created by our education system. So actually both the problems are not created by the freshers, but they bear the brunt of it. And hence I would say freshers in India really do struggle to get an entry level job as well.
So you have trained like more than 25,000 professionals right now. So what exactly is their attitude towards upscaling and getting trained in new things?
See, it is my full-time job to train people. And I have seen that Indians want everything for free. They are looking for free LinkedIn courses. They are looking for free Udemy courses. Sometimes I wonder, you are adults. By this time, you have to understand there is no free lunch, which they don't get. I have people coming and bargaining with me to reduce training fees. Let's say hypothetically, in India, an average business analysis training will cost you between 25 to 30,000 rupees. Now, how do training companies decide this amount? If it is too high, candidates will not be able to afford. If it is too less, training company also cannot sustain. So, end of the day, the pricing is something which is demanded by what fits in well with the market. So, average price in India is between 25-30,000 rupees. We have candidates coming and telling me 5,000 में close कर देते हैं ये. So such kind of bargaining will not work. For a 25,000 bucks training, you want to pay 5,000 rupees. This bargaining will not even work in your Sarojini market or Chandni Chowk. He is selling something for 2,000 rupees. You tell him, I will pay you 200 rupees. He is not even interested in talking to you now. He said, आगे बढ़ो. So that is exactly the attitude of people. I want to upskill for free. I will do the training if my HR is paying for it. So many times they keep fighting with us, you have to wait, my HR will pay for it. And they are fighting with the HR, why can't you pay for it? So there is no free lunch. Your career is your responsibility. It is not HR's responsibility. HR's first responsibility is looking out for company interest, yours is second. So that's a reality.
Do Indian managers think like the employees doesn't have a particular skill or any kind of skills?
So being a manager myself, I feel skills is not a problem. Attitude is a bigger problem. Let's say I want an MIS reporting guy. I want him to learn Excel, Power BI. He can learn that through a training program or even on his own watching YouTube videos. So skills can be developed. But what I feel in India, attitude is a bigger problem. That people don't want to work hard itself. They don't have the fire in the belly. And if you don't have fire in the belly, you really can't do that kind of work that is expected from you. They don't take onus or responsibility of the work which is given to them. This is a difference actually even between entrepreneurs and office employees. I always ask them in training that let's say for example, there is coffee fallen on the table, your client is coming. And there are coffee glasses and some coffee is spilled here and there. What do? They said, we will look around for an office boy. I said, if you don't find an office boy, what would you do? They said, we'll change the conference room. Not one person among 25,000 people I've trained ever said, I will clean the coffee. Then I tell them, you are an entrepreneur, this is your business, this is your office, and now the client is coming. And there is coffee spilled on the table. They said, we will pick up a tissue paper and clean it ourselves. So what I'm saying, they do not feel that this is my work when they are working in office. But when you are working in your own business, you feel this is my work. Every work is my work. So they don't come with the same attitude. They always come with an attitude that I'm working for somebody else. It's never that I'm working for my pleasure, for the money which it brings to me. So I always say people always focus on the wrong god. Now I'm touching a little bit of controversy here. I always tell in my training that during Diwali, I'm a Hindu, so we always do Lakshmi Puja, which is goddess of wealth. So I always tell them, you're praying to goddess of wealth. In next 1 year, did you really become rich? I mean, that's the reason we pray, right? That Lakshmi comes to our house. Did she come? So I always tell them, you have to pray to goddess Saraswati. So go get the knowledge, improve yourself. Money has to come. So focus on Saraswati, Lakshmi will come. You focus on Lakshmi, there is no Lakshmi then. So focus on the correct thing. So I would say rather attitude is a problem, skill is never a problem. Skills can be learned, but attitude is very hard to teach somebody.
Exactly. So many layoffs are happening right now. Do you still think that IT industry is sustainable?
See, IT layoffs are happening, but there are multiple reasons for this. Now, COVID, we had an unnatural demand for IT industry to develop softwares. Everyone is working from home. Lot of software development happened. Lot of new products came out in the market. So I need a lot of developers, testers, business analysts, project managers to spearhead these projects and make softwares. So they recruited left, right, and center. We have had candidates who have done BA training and got nine job offers in IT. It's unbelievable. For one position, they have managed to get 9 job offers from different areas. But this IT development is over after the COVID is over. Now there is no need for new softwares to such a great extent as they were needed in COVID. Now IT industry has recruited these developers, these testers, these business analysts, data analysts. What do I do with them? Because I don't have new projects coming in. So that's why the layoff is happening. So post COVID layoffs, last 1 or 2 years, they are removing the people whom they have hired during COVID. Anything which grows fast cannot sustain because there is no real demand. For example, you take stock market. Dot-com bubble was there and 2000 it was at its peak. Stock market is at peak, and 2002 absolute drop in stock market and companies went bust. So what has happened when you grow very fast for a particular reason, when the reason is over, you may bust also equally fast. So this is one reason of layoffs. Genuinely, there is no need because there are no new projects to that great extent. Second reason is AI is real. So some jobs have gone. Today, content creation job is gone because of AI. AI is doing a far better job at creating content than a technical writer. So a technical writer is not really needed. Somebody who can use GenAI well is able to use prompt engineering and create an entire user manual by themselves. So what we are saying, certain roles have really gone because of AI. Also, what happens is AI is here to stay. So your roles need to understand how can I use AI in my job. People have to upskill with AI, which is not happening. That's why they are not recruitable. Hence, there is layoff. Certain jobs have gone due to AI, and COVID jobs are now all set to go. So these are two main reasons, and of course, there is global recession, which will affect rest of the world. So multiple reasons, and they are genuine reasons. So yeah, IT industry is seeing a bit of layoffs.
What exactly is that one most important advice you're going to give to a fresher 22 years old who just graduated?
First is be AI literate. ChatGPT is here to stay. Gemini is here to stay. So you have to be AI literate. That is step one. Shift your attitude from being maker to checker. Lot of reports are made by ChatGPT. You have a lot of tools to make reports. So you making something may not be the skill needed from you anymore. But can you check those reports, get value out of those reports is a different skill altogether. Banks have this maker checker concept. One person makes it, second person checks it. Now ChatGPT or Gen AI will make it, you are supposed to check it. So second skill is you figure out on being a checker, then being a maker. Third skill is communication skills. Now when I say communication skills, I'm not saying you have perfect English like Shashi Tharoor here. What I meant is speak simple like Chetan Bhagat. He has amazing books and he's made it big. So what is it about his books? He can articulate well. So when I say communication skills, can you articulate your thoughts, your ideas in an organization well? And last but not the least, take ownership of your career. You are the CEO of your career. Your career is only your responsibility. So take ownership of your career. So these are the 4 takeaways that I would give a 22-year-old person.
Nice. AI, Gen AI, so many things are coming into the market. So in next 5 years, how many changes are going to be there in the corporate industry? What do you think?
See, again, you have to see IT industry is a very change driven industry. Once upon a time, I had C++, then I have Java, now I have Python. We are just thankful that Indians didn't invent Python. We would have given it a name like Nagin. So, what I'm saying, technologies keep changing. So, you have to keep changing along with what is latest in the market. Now, if you ask me, is Agile here to stay? Yes, for next few years, I do see it. Next 5 years, Agile is going to be here. But Indian IT industry has undergone a lot of changes. We had waterfall, we had iterative, incremental, spiral. Multiple different models have come and gone, and Agile is one of them today. But it is here to stay for next 5 years. Now, if you ask me, Gen AI and AI, are they here to stay? I am saying for next 100 years they are here to stay. So I'm taking a responsibility of even saying that they are going to be for next 100 years. So certain things are not fad. Because I'm a woman, I like women's fashion a lot. So I will give you an example of a little black dress. It was made popular by Coco Chanel in 1920. Every single woman has a little black dress in her closet. It is a classic style since last 105 years. It's here to stay forever. But polka dot, bell bottoms, all out of fashion. They were fads. So certain things are fads in IT industry, certain things are here to stay. So Agile is here for next 5 years, next 10 years, but what is the future of Agile after 10 years? I personally don't know, though I am an Agile trainer. Gen AI are here to stay for next 100 years. So please focus a lot on that.
Nice. What is the most emotional feedback that you got from one of your training, from anyone, students?
So yeah, I have trained more than 25,000 people today, and yeah, we do hear success stories which make us feel really great about ourselves and the career that we are in. So I will give you an example of a person. He used to work in investment banking operations at JP Morgan. He had 12 years of work experience and had a package of 9.5 lakhs. Now, post training, he got a business analyst role. He did BA training with me and moved at a 22 lakh package, which was an increment of 12.5 lakh rupees. The day he got his offer letter, he called me, and the first thing he said is, I'm so grateful for this offer letter because now my wife can resign from her job. His wife had a very low paying job, barely 3.5 lakhs she used to make. But she had to go to work because they had a huge home loan on their head. So she didn't want to work because they had a small baby and she really wanted to be at home looking after the child, but she couldn't because of financial pressure. But since he got an offer of 12.5 lakh rupee increment, the very next day she went and put in her papers. So for the first time, it felt that, yeah, we do make changes in people's lives. Okay. Okay. Another great example was I had gone for training to Qatar for Qatar Airways. So I conducted a 5 day business analysis training, and on the last day, the candidates were so happy with the training that they said, we would like to treat you to a traditional Qatari lunch, and they ordered an entire Qatari meal with all their traditional dishes just for me. So it was an amazing gesture by them, and it makes you feel very nice about your profession. I have another amazing case study of an HDFC Bank relationship manager who moved into a business analyst role. She was from Dehradun. She did business analysis training and got a 33 lakh package. So her initial package was 10 lakh rupees as a relationship manager, and she got a 33 lakh package. She happily put in her papers at HDFC, and she was so happy about it. She told all her colleagues that I'm getting into IT industry in a new role. And actually, in the next batch, every single person from that Dehradun branch came to my paid training. So I would say, yeah, I mean, one participant has got me at least 8 participants in next batch, seeing her success. So I would say these are great examples. Another was a couple who came to do the training. Like husband was a tester with 10 years experience, 10 lakh package. And he did my business analysis training and moved into IT industry as a business analyst with a package of 19 lakh rupees. So 9 lakh increment he got. Now his wife saw that. And of course, women are smarter than men. And of course, wives are way smarter than their husbands. So she decided that if he can do it, I definitely can do it. So she also came for our business analysis training, and she actually was placed by Train Smart Academy at Capgemini. So we are able to place few people, and she was placed at Capgemini with us, and she joined at 20 lakhs package. So the family income literally increased by 19 lakh rupees in a span of 3 months. Both husband and wife came to my house. They came with a lot of goodies for me, and they said that 19 lakhs increment in a year is just because of this training. So I would say that, yeah, I mean, these are all very nice emotional moments which really make you feel great about your profession. That, yeah, I'm doing a good thing in the world.
आईपीएल में जब your ad was running, तो what was your family's reaction towards it? मतलब celebrity feel. What was that celebrity feel?
So I would say that I have a teenager in my house. My son Arav is almost 17 years old, and he's a Gen Z. So for them, they always feel parents know nothing. I mean, they come with a superior attitude by themselves, being this Gen Z generation. So he saw the ad and he said, "Mom, you're cool." So that's a great compliment coming from a 17-year-old Gen Z. And my mother, of course, being a mother, was super proud of me. What she did was she downloaded the reel, she sent it to all her friends, saying that this is my daughter. All family WhatsApp groups, she posted that, see, my daughter is telecasted in IPL. So she was really happy about it. A lot of my friends and colleagues saw that and they did call me that, yeah, congratulations on this. We saw your name came in IPL. So I would say that, when you're a little small girl, you always dream that, one day I will be a actress and I'll be a celebrity and everyone's going to look at me with awe. So I would say that I lived my childhood dream exactly for that one day. I felt like Deepika Padukone myself, that, yeah, I am the star today. One piece of advice you're going to give to your younger 22 years self. You are saying I'm not young. Now I'm offended. Okay. So, yeah, women are always young. Jokes apart, yeah, I'm 46. So if I have to give advice to my 22-year-old self, a career advice, I would say that learn continuously. Learning is forever. If you see Bill Gates, he's retired, but he reads 50 books a year. You look at Elon Musk, and he has literally taught himself rocket science. I mean, people can teach themselves rocket science reading books. So I would say all answers are in learning. Like Hermione said in Harry Potter, that library has all your answers. I totally believe learning has all your answers. So yeah, I would tell myself keep learning. And now that I'm a little older, I'm a little wiser, I would say focus on your health as well. So I loved golgappas and I used to eat them so often that I literally became gol like a golgappa. So I would tell myself eat healthy as well. So those are the two advices I would give myself. Nice. अगर सर्टिफिकेशन करने के बाद भी जॉब ना मिले तो what exactly someone should do? So you have to figure out where are you going wrong. Certification means you have gained knowledge and skills needed for the job. Step one, you are doing the right thing. Second thing is certification has to be sold in the market that I am upskilled now, which is your resume. So your resume also has to be world class. Then only you will be called for interview. And after resume, you need to have great interview skills. So you have to see at which step you are going wrong. You have done the certification, but if you are not getting an interview call, your resume is bad. If you're not clearing interview, your communication skill is bad. So you have to work on the area where you are going wrong. And if all three are good, like that my knowledge is good, my certifications are good, my resume is good, but I do not have experience because of which I'm getting rejected, the relevant experience, then do an internship is what I would say. Sometimes as a fresher, you can offer your skills for an unpaid internship or maybe at a low cost internship. Try to get in and genuinely gain industry experience where you have a letter to get in another company. Internships do work. If you say, take an example of Steven Spielberg. He actually started as an intern at Universal Studios. And today he's one of the biggest directors you can have, but he was an intern who stuck around and did phenomenal good job. So if you're a good intern, you will be absorbed by the company also. Take second example of Satya Nadella. He's the CEO of Microsoft. He started as an intern at Microsoft. He proved himself and today he's the CEO. So yeah, please, internship is something that you can offer as a fresher. The biggest myth of corporate world that every single fresher should know. Hard work doesn't guarantee success. We are raised by our parents saying work hard, but I'm telling you the reverse. Hard work only doesn't guarantee success. I would say there are multiple layers to this success. First is visibility. Am I selling myself well at my workplace? See, a manager is heading a team of 20 people. He doesn't know what good work each one of you is doing. So if a client is happy with you, please go ahead, take that initiative, tell that client to send an appreciation mail to you or to your manager and make yourself visible. जो दिखता है वही बिकता है. Even a Coke has to make ad to sell itself. It's present in 100 plus countries, but it still makes ads. You have to sell yourself all the time. Even a Shah Rukh Khan has to say, I am the best. And a lot of these celebrities attend events to show I am visible, I am around in the market. So, yeah, you have to have that immense visibility is step one. No, hard work only doesn't guarantee success. Then you have to network with the right kind of people. If I want to go in XYZ company, I need to network with that kind of crowd. I need to push myself with the right crowd. And third is have a strategy, which is what most people don't have. Do you have a career plan in place? You only have a plan that I want next promotion. But is that the role you want to get into? So, first, have a whole strategy for your career. For example, I was very clear I want to be a trainer in my life. I was extremely clear. So after my MBA, I got a job. I was working as a business analyst Monday to Friday, but Saturday, Sunday, I used to actually teach in MBA colleges as a visiting faculty. So I was building my portfolio. By the time I was ready to leave and get into training job, I had huge network already in place. So that plan was there that at a later date, I want to be a trainer. So you need to have a plan in place so that from today you are working towards that plan. So I would say three things: visibility, network, and strategy about your career, not just hard work.
Degree versus skills. Are degree seriously losing their value? Are degrees no more valuable anymore?
No, certain jobs you have to have degree. If I want to be a CA, I need to be CA certified. If I want to be a doctor, I have to be MBBS certified. So degree is mandatory. So what I'm saying is basic graduation degree is a must. Today that is not optional anymore. So certain degrees are needed. But again, skills are needed for certain kind of jobs. For example, you want to get into cybersecurity. And today cybersecurity is big because everyone is moving everything online. Today I want to order food, I'm using Zomato. If I want to book a car, I'm using Uber. I want to book a train ticket, I'm using IRCTC. If I want to book a hotel, I'm using Make My Trip. Everything in your life you are doing using technology. You are using your credit card details, you are using your UPI ID. You are on technology all the time to perform daily human existent tasks. So your data has to be protected. So I would say cybersecurity is next big thing. But there is no MBA in cybersecurity. There is no engineering degree with only cybersecurity as a specialization. So if you want to get into cybersecurity, you will have to upskill by doing a training program. So degree is must, but upskilling also is a must if you want to do a job which is super specialized. You want to get into digital marketing, you will have to study digital marketing through a training program. You want to be a business analyst? No, MBA colleges, engineering colleges, they don't teach you business analysis at all. So you will have to do the training and upskilling yourself. So I would say both are needed. A degree is just a foot in the door. Your CV will get shortlisted provided you have some X degree. But that X degree will not get you inside the door. So to get inside the door, you have to upskill yourself. So I would say degree and skill both are important.
Correct. 20 lakh rupees MBA or 20,000 rupees certification, which is better?
It depends on where you are doing MBA from. I have taught at NMIMS for 10 years, so I'm a hardcore MBA faculty as well. So it depends on where you are doing MBA from. You are doing it from tier one, I would say please go ahead and do it because they do bring the best jobs in the market to you. Average package is close to 20 lakh rupees. So if you have spent 20 lakhs on your MBA, you are recovering it in your first year itself. That is tier one. So you get an IIM, you are getting an NMIMS, you're getting an SPGen, you're getting an XLRI. Please go ahead and do it. Now, this question holds true if you are getting admission in a tier 3 college, where sometimes MBA itself is going beyond 10 lakh rupees, but an average package which the employee is getting is barely 5 lakh rupees. So here you need to take a call. Should I do a 20,000 certificate? Because even with that, you will get a 5 lakh rupee job. So do I want to do an MBA or not is actually for tier 3 institutes. It is not a question for tier 1 institute, is my stand on this.
Correct. Indian managers are the worst. What exactly you have to say on this?
See, some Indian managers are really good. I had an experience to work with a very good Indian manager. My manager was phenomenally good. But a lot of employee feedback suggests that Indian managers are not doing as good as global counterparts. Now, personally, I feel there are multiple reasons to this. First is India is still in a very hierarchical setup when it comes to work culture. So there's a lot of boss culture in our organizations, as a result of which they are a little more aggressive on their employees. Second is Indian managers tend to do micromanagement. And micromanagement, I would say, is ingrained in us. How much ever I know that I should not micromanage, I still do it with my son. When my son was in 10th standard, I was a typical mother. You have to score really well at school. I would tell him today what we are going to study, and he would tell me these two chapters I'm going to read today. Trust me, I would always worry inside his room, is he reading or is he on Instagram? Then I would try to take out all possible work in his room, saying that I have to dust your room, so I'm going to do dusting. Meanwhile, I'm just monitoring, is the child studying or is he on Instagram? So I would say micromanagement is something that we all do with our employees in our house, with our family members also. And third is managers are never trained on soft skills, people management skills, leadership skills. So you are giving him a position, but you are not telling him how to handle a bunch of team. Handling a team and handling your own work requires different skills altogether. You may be a great person at work, but now if you are supposed to head a team, you may not be able to handle the team dynamics. You are supposed to deal with 10 people, each 10 of them have different skill sets, all 10 of them have different temperaments. So they are not taught how to deal with people. So people management skills are missing here.
So you have trained like Big Fours and the big IT companies. So do you think like when they organize this corporate training, it actually adds value, or it's just like a tick mark thing, like this is mandatory, so we are doing it?
See, every training adds value. You have to go to expert to learn better skills. So I'll give you a very simple example. When my son Ara was around 5, 6 years old, his teeth started falling, the milky teeth. And one of his tooth was almost on the edge, not really coming out. And the child couldn't eat because of that. And I remember when I was a kid and I faced the same problem, I would go to my mom and my mom would just pull it out. And I would cry with pain. And I didn't want to subject my son to that torture. So I was wondering, how do I do it? My child is in visible discomfort. But then there was an expert next door because my neighbor is actually a dentist. So I asked her, what should I do? She gave me a very simple tip: give a chewing gum to your child. The child will chew and the tooth will come off in 5 minutes. So we did that. I bought him a 5 rupee fusion gum and I gave it to my son. He started chewing that gum, and within 5 minutes, the tooth came off. But the child was not discomforted because the sweet taste of the gum kept him absolutely engrossed in the chewing gum, and the tooth came off painlessly. So, this is a tip which only a dentist can bring to the table. As a layman, I don't have it. I have teeth, but I don't have skills. So same thing, employees are doing the work, but you sometimes need an expert to guide them. How do you sharpen your saw? So training is absolutely always a fruitful experience for everyone involved. Now there are cases where corporate training doesn't add value to employees. That happens. Reason number one, the trainer is unengaging and boring. Now this is a classic mistake which companies do. They didn't get someone as interesting and nice as me to train their employees. So if they are doing BA Agile training, they should have called me, but they called somebody else. So yeah, reason number one, trainer is boring. Second reason which happens is companies do not want to give extra time to employees to train. We had one of the leading banks, absolutely leading banks. They said Monday to Friday our employees are working. Let them come on Saturday, Sunday to get trained. Now this employee is working all 7 days a week. You are getting him trained in his free time. I have had another company who told me you start the training at 7 o'clock in the morning. 7 to 10, my employees will train. Then they will take a break for an hour, and 11 to 6 is going to be their regular office time. Now, this employee is getting up at 6 o'clock to be trained at 7 o'clock. 7:10, the HR would log in and take attendance. Are everyone logged in or not for the training? So, when this is your attitude towards training, employees tend to resent it a little. So, this is second problem which happens. And third is sometimes the training doesn't match with career objective of the employee. Now, the employee has made up his mind, I am going to leave this company. And let's say, for example, a business analysis training is organized by the company, and this employee is a BA. His whole goal to do the training is all my concepts will get refreshed and I can with new concepts apply and perform better in an interview outside. So sometimes your company has a goal to train employee, but the employee's goal is different to attend the training. So there's a genuine mismatch, as a result of which training becomes ineffective.
सो इंडिया में सक्सेस आज भी इस पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप किसको जानते हो या फिर इस पे डिपेंड करता है कि आप कितना जानते हो.
It is always a mix of both. Kitna jante ho is very important because end of the day I'm recruiting you to do a job. So if I want a carpenter, he should know excellent carpentry. So that is absolutely mandatory. That what you know is important. Kya jante ho is important. You will not even clear an interview if you don't know stuff. So one thing is kya jante ho is important. Kisko jante ho is also important because if you have a better network, you will get in better companies. You don't have a network or you have a network, you may get into a very tier 3 IT companies. You have a great network, you may get into at Infosys also. So both are important. If you take classic example of this would be Alia Bhatt. She's a phenomenal actress. Kareena Kapoor, they both are phenomenal actors. So kya jante ho is also there in place. They are phenomenal at their work. But kisko jante ho? They had a huge network. Hence, Alia Bhatt and Kareena Kapoor were launched by real big banners, which doesn't happen true for other newcomers. So both are very important. Kisko jante ho will determine whether you are going to go to KPMG or Vedani software.
Nice. If anybody is doing freelancing, we'll look down on him. लेकिन अगर वो 9 to 5 जॉब कर रहा है तो हमारे लिए वो बंदा ठीक है.
Because in India, we are very risk averse people. You have to understand most of our parents came from very humble beginnings. For them, just to put food, clothing, shelter on the table was a huge task. So they are very risk averse. That I have a job, I will go and do the job. So our risk averseness comes from the fact that we were coming from very humble beginnings. If you see even today, KL Rahul's mother is telling him, you complete your degree. His net worth is 101 crores, but his mother said that you have to complete your degree. So people feel that certain jobs are very risky by nature. Our kids should not be doing that. Second is also a reality that for parents, you will not get anyone in an arranged marriage setup. And this is really true. Like my first cousin, he lost his father in COVID and then he realized, no, I don't want to do this 9 to 5 job. I want to have a work life balance, work when I feel like. And he started working in an NGO as a freelancer. Actually, since last 3 years, his mother is looking out for an match, and every time they get a rejection that your son does not have a very stable job. So even not getting spouses from a marriage perspective is reality if you are in a career which is deemed as a little uncertain by the market. And last but not the least, freelancers are not getting venture capital funding. In India, it's not easy to get venture capital funding. So, as a result of which, they don't have funding to grow beyond a particular time. So, that's the reason why I would say that 9 to 5 is still considered like a premium job. So, even if you're a YouTuber, you rather be working as a developer in TCS, which gives comfort to the parents. My son is a developer at one of the biggest IT companies in the world. You may be making more money in YouTube, but for them, TCS job is better. Exactly.
वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस इंडियन कंपनीज में वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस एग्जिस्ट इन टॉप कंपनीज लो कंपनीज डजंट मैटर बट वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस है इंडिया में या नहीं है.
See, in India, we are raised with this mindset that longer the hours you sit in office, better the employee you are. So we are raised with that mindset. So people want to actually sit longer. Also, 88% of employees actually say that after office also we are always on at home. So we do log in at times to take client calls, especially with IT companies. So they are always on, culture is there. Genuinely, there is a research which says that India works for longer hours. So average developed countries, their working hours are 40 hours a week, whereas in India it is average of 50 hours a week. So you are working 10 hours more than your global counterparts. Also, I would say work-life balance is hard to get because of traffic woes in India. So in Bangalore, let's say you are living in a city like Bangalore, from your house to reach office takes 1.5 hours. It's the same time I take in flight from Mumbai to Bangalore.
Correct.
So, yeah, how do you have work life balance when 9 hours you are at work and 3 hours you are traveling to and fro work? So, it's very hard to have work life balance due to multiple reasons, but things are changing. Even HR has realized this. So a lot of companies are giving hybrid models. A lot of multinational banks which are captive in India, they have mandated that employees only come to office for 2 days. So your traveling issues and all are only for 2 days. So as a result of which people are happier. And second big reason why work-life balance may actually come in is Gen Z has actually started entering the workforce. Now this is a generation who knows what they want, and they are very clear. I'm okay to be paid less, but I do not want to miss out my life, because my life happens to me only once. So this generation will actually change the work culture for their parents generation. Parents will work longer, but Gen Z will bring about a change, and their parents lives might get simpler just because of Gen Z's attitude towards work.
Nice. Indian education system makes you job ready, yes or no?
They don't make you job ready, but they are great at improving your theoretical concepts. First is outdated curriculum. It has a process by which your curriculum is changed. So earlier curriculums were not changed too often. I remember in year 2014, one of the subjects which I taught was MIS. And actually, I had to teach participants MS DOS. And MS DOS was not used in last 10 years. So I had to go and learn MS DOS, which doesn't exist anymore, to teach MS DOS so that the candidate can clear the exam. So curriculum was that outdated. Second is there is emphasis on rote learning. So only rote doesn't take you well in life, because there is no standard script I have to answer at my workplace. I have to solve problems every day. So the problem solving skills don't develop because of rote learning. Also, I would say that lack of practical experience. Internships should be more, and in internships, actually, the employees or these students should be really, they should be doing something. Okay, best internship I have probably seen is CAs. They really do have the best articleship that they do. They actually do hands-on work for 3 years in a row. So they really have the best internship program ever. But no other course or many other courses don't have it. So I would give you an example of my internship, which I did for 1 month at one of the pharma companies. Now, at this company, we were 20 interns from top tier pharmacy colleges who were sitting there. First day, they showed us the entire premise. See, this is this machine, this is this machine, this is the quality lab. Everything was shown to us. Second day onwards, they just told us, you sit in the boardroom. Now, the entire day we waited, we were sitting in the boardroom. Third day, we were sitting in the boardroom. After that, on the fourth day, we asked them that we are 20 of us, but we are told to do nothing. All we were told is these machines are really expensive. You don't know how to operate them, so we can't really put you there. You don't understand really how to do quality checks, so we can't really put you there. So then our next question was, then why have internship? So simple answer they gave was, it's a CSR activity, hence we have to do it. So you are here because of our CSR activity, but we don't really have any job for you to do. So you just sit in the boardroom. Now we have put 20 college students inside a boardroom. So we started playing Dabsharas. So Bollywood, Hollywood, in next few days, we were great at Damsharas. You give us any movie and we could act it out. So it was that bad internship experience. After some time, we said, let's utilize this time better. So I wanted to prepare for my MBA entrance. I started studying CAT. Another set of people started studying for GRE entrance. So we tried to utilize that time. But in entire internship, we really didn't learn much. So it's a very sad scenario that in internship, real work is not given to candidates. So this is an area which we need to improve collectively.
So that was just like 10% of the industry that we have touched. We have a lot of things to discuss, like how to get ready for your interview, how to launch your career, how to select a career path, all together, like, motivation of like just applying for a job, because, applying for a job itself is like 4 to 5 steps to, and we need to clearly talk about it, right? So it's a long process, and we're going to cover a lot of things, because obviously you can't put 45 years of experience within a 2 hours or 3 hours of podcast, right? So I know you guys have a lot of questions, but like you can just like comment. I have the Shivani's like company's name and email IDs and contact information all on the description, so you can reach out. She's like certified trainer from IIBA. She had a lot of experience regarding business analyst training. So anybody who wants to get certified also can get connected though. And soon we're gonna come up with a lot of more series like this. So if you have any kind of question, you can drop in the comment. And if you have any kind of upskilling requirement, you can just always go to the link in the description and get connected. And we're gonna see you soon with another series. And meanwhile, all you guys can do is just comment your questions and we're going to answer it in the next podcast.
Thank you, Nitesh, for having me around. So, as just few closing words, I would just narrate an incident from my son's life. My son scored very badly in Hindi when he was in fifth standard. And I told him, Arav, these marks are quite poor, in Hindi, Arav. You need to work hard at Hindi now. He hated Hindi. So he told me, Mom, apna time aayega, which in simple English means our time shall come. And that's what I realized is the attitude of most people, apna time aayega. But I have realized over years, अपना time खुद लाना पड़ता है, अपना time आता नहीं है. So my takeaway and the last thing to tell you all is अपना time खुद ले आओ. That's all from my side. Thank you very much.
And you need to upskill. Bye bye.